Hi friends, Barb here to give you a super quick tutorial on plank to Chaturanga. Chaturanga is a difficult pose, and it's a pose that I see a lot of students rush through because it's difficult. And when you rush through it, you take away a lot of the intentions, the energy, the physical benefits, all of the benefits from the pose are kind of just left behind. Once I first ever really learned how to do Chaturanga correctly, it almost makes it easier, but you're using more muscles. You're working harder, but you're working harder in the right way, and it almost, like, things just click. Your body's just like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. Because it is such a difficult and complex pose, I encourage you to ask questions. So if you have questions after this video, if you ever have questions during a class, please feel free to reach out. We're gonna start off in child's pose. So I like my knees to be really wide. I also use a blanket underneath my knees because they're sensitive. Rock your hips back, big toes touch, forehead comes down. Just take a big breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Big breath in, big breath out. Now on your next inhale, we'll start to come forward. But as you come forward, I just want you to quick pause. Bring your wrists so they're right under your shoulders, and then bring your weight back again. So we're gonna bring the weight forward into the hands super, super, super slow. So first, I want you to rock forward and just notice how the weight comes into the low palms to start. This is where we tend to dump a lot of weight. So you will put weight there, but not all of your weight. So feel that weight there, but then come forward, maybe just a couple centimeters, and feel into where your pinkies and your thumbs meet your palms. Press under there. Continue forward just a little more, where feel weight come down into where every single finger meets the palm of both hands. And then as your shoulders stack right over your wrists, just feel yourself press down underneath every single fingernail. Fingers are spread out wide, and the elbow pits are turned forward. So instead of rotating back, you're rotating them forward. All right, so this weight distribution between the hands is what we're gonna do in tabletop, supported plank, and plank pose, and down dog. It's really a foundation for a lot of poses. All right, elbow pits facing forward. Step your toes back, and then we'll come into plank. Same thing, press under the fingernails, press into where the fingers meet the palms. So you have weight in your low palms, but not all of your weight. Your knees can always come down to the floor for a little bit more support. Take a big breath in. Actively press the ground away from you, so you feel the space between your shoulder blades on your upper back rainbow arc and get a little bit wider. Gentle tuck of your chin towards your chest. So you're looking down, you're not looking up, and you're not looking back at yourself either. Reach your tailbone directly back towards your heels. Pretend there's a block between your thighs that you're squeezing together. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Strong plank, take one more inhale. Exhale, let's go back to child's pose. From here, you can roll out your wrists, come forward to tabletop and take some wrist stretches if that feels good. Whatever's gonna support you in taking a little bit more time on the wrists. Okay, so Chaturanga can be done same as plank, from toes or knees. I will not be lowering to my belly today because there's some space being taken up there. So I'm gonna show you Chaturanga just lowering halfway. So when you hear in class that you can lower halfway to Chaturanga, that's not your only option. Chaturanga can very much be just a tiny, tiny lower, okay? So if you've taken a class of mine, you might hear me cueing to just lower 1 inch and then press right back up. So that's a great way to build strength in Chaturanga. Hands are the same as plank, elbow pits forward. You're bending your elbows. Let's just lower 1 inch down, press right back up. The other option, the lowest option for Chaturanga is halfway. So if you bend your elbows, you'll create a 90-degree angle, and then you can press right back up to plank. Let's do that with the breath. So you can lower 1 inch, or you can lower halfway, okay? I would suggest starting with 1 inch until you can control the lower, and then going lower from there, 2 inches, 3 inches, and then maybe halfway. So let's take a breath in. Exhale, just lower 1 inch down. Inhale, press right back up. With your breath, exhale, lower either 1 inch, somewhere between, or halfway down. Wait till you're empty of air, and then inhale, press up. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, press back to child's pose. Another way you can test out to see, so what I see a lot in Chaturanga is people go too low. So you're hurting your shoulders and you're taking the power of your arms out of the equation when that's what the pose is. So if you want to know if you're going too low, you can grab some blocks. And FYI, when I learned how to do Chaturanga properly, I was 100% going too low. I think that's pretty much the norm. So these blocks, on their highest setting, is going to be the lowest that your shoulders go, okay? So bringing the space between your pointer finger and thumb, just around the outside of the block, using the entire surface area of both hands, fingers spread wide. You can be on your toes or your knees. Take a breath in. You're going to maintain plank in your body. As you exhale, lower, your shoulders can touch the tops of the blocks. Inhale, press up. Nice. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, press up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, press up. And exhale, press back. The last thing I want to talk about is where your elbows go. So with the elbow pits facing directly forward, with that sensation, that's going to encourage you to lower yourself, letting the insides of your arms and your elbows scrape your side body. If the elbow pits are not directly forward and they're out, you're going to end up bowing your arms out to the side. That's not bad, but it's technically not Chaturanga. So it's just going to work your muscles a little bit differently than a normal push-up. Okay, so elbow pits facing directly forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, just lower 1 inch or halfway to the blocks, making sure that your elbows, your inner elbows, are scraping your side body slightly. If they're too far in, you're going to keep yourself from breathing. If they're too far out, like I said, it's just going to work a different muscle. All right, I am sweating just from those few Chaturangas. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And that's it. Have a good day.